Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Bean.
And my name is Searching.
And this is Voiceletter from Canada, English version.
Yes, we are back.
Yes. I'm very, very upset today.
Yes, so it seems. Ms.Bean, what's going on?
I'm very upset.
You want to share it?
Tell you why.
Okay.
There's a smoke detector in my apartment, which freaking beeps for whatever thing in the air. And it gives me a heart attack. It beeped like
Probably
10 minutes
ghosts.
ago. Do you think it's ghost? Really? Like seriously, go fuck yourself.
Okay then.
Hello everyone, as you guys can feel and see, I am very happy today.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
I want to come back. Okay, before I explode, I'm gonna start with this question I got from my viewer. Okay, I'm gonna go straight forward and let's get it done.
Okay, we go. Yes, get it over with.
I got one question from my viewer, which it was written in Japanese, so I'm gonna translate it into English. I'm not gonna explain it in Japanese, just English only. If I feel like talking about it in Japanese, I'll mention it later.
Okay.
So before this recording started, I got one question, which was about, do you have anything you guys want to fix about each other, correct, like improve? And this person thinks Searching's playing too many different games, like going from one to the other. It's like almost like, you know, cheating with different games. And me, Ms.Bean, she goes for too many dirty jokes. Or maybe go into this direction too much. So the question is, do you have anything you guys want to fix about each other?
That's interesting. Wow.
Do you have anything you want to fix
Okay.
about me? Ms.Bean, stop doing this.
No. No, I do not want to fix it. Because you know what's going on right now? Now I'm getting your frustrations on top of me, of course. I'm starting to feel your energy right now.
Yes,
now that I heard this question.
Suck it in.
Yes, I'm getting it right now, okay? Now I understand, okay? So let's talk about this. Okay, let's think about this right now. Okay, this person is definitely already following you and me. Yes?
Wait.
So it seems. No, we're not gonna wait. We're just gonna keep going forward. Like you said.
I might have to censor you.
No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
You can beat me out later.
Okay, don't make me do a little more extra editing then. Beep,
Okay.
beep.
So, really?
Okay, go ahead.
So, this person thinks, whoever it is, it doesn't matter for me, okay? We open this question box for something, okay? So people can ask questions. So they do, ask questions. Okay, so we get this question from this one person that I'm playing too many different games and you're too dirty. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, it sounds super fun.
Okay.
You're playing too many different games and I'm too dirty. Okay.
That's a really weird combination, you know? If I want to change something about this, I don't know. I don't think so, okay? The reason, okay, let's talk about this. The reason why I'm playing too many different games is because I love too many different games, okay? I used to start playing just one type of game, shooting games, and then through time, everything started to develop and I started to play more different games. And now I know for myself, I play so many different games because I want to bring a lot of variety to my channel. And some people like that and other people completely hate that. And so it seems that this person who asked you this question doesn't particularly like it. But then why doesn't this person send me the question or make a remark like, oh, searching, you play too many different games, I don't like it. Okay, I appreciate your concern or whatever that may be. It's your opinion, okay, but that's still what I do because I love to do it and people do what they love to do, I guess. Yeah. And for remark on your channel, on your part, you make too many dirty jokes. Yes, Msbean, you have to stop doing that. Okay? How dare you? Okay? How dare you make these dirty jokes? Because I've been to other chats where it's much dirtier. Okay? And it was really disgusting.
Much dirtier.
I'm not gonna mention anything. Oh yes, much dirtier. Yes, I'm not gonna mention anything because it's just disgusting. Yeah? And for what I know is that what Msbean does, okay, is very innocent. Yeah, it's very innocent.
What do you know about real dirtiness, huh?
Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm just being very modest right now, believe me. I'm holding back. I can also be like this, but I don't do it. Yeah.
Okay. Can I speak?
Yes, of course. Now you can let your frustrations
Okay.
out. I'm gonna sip my tea right now.
You think this is my frustration?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay, first of all, thank you very much for the question, okay? Spending time for us to write this down. And thank you very much for sharing. Honestly, I thought about this a lot, very seriously. And first of all, yes, I agree with you about searching. He used to play so many different games. But I don't know if you've noticed, but he actually reduced so many numbers of games play right now. And I used to agree with what you said. But like he said right now, like he mentioned, it's his choice, and I'm more open. So you're making too much noise.
I'm making too much noise? I'm sorry.
Okay. So I don't know if you noticed, but if you guys noticed, but he reduced a lot of numbers of games he plays right now. Then he tried to finish one by one, as much as possible. Probably you guys have noticed it, and recently there are games that he just gave up. Like Pathologic, for example. And I can't blame him. It's a really difficult game for especially people who don't understand English as a first language and lots of reading. You're not used to that kind of gameplay, and of course you want to give up. Why didn't he search about it? Of course that's right, but it's still his choice. Yeah, I used to be frustrated, but now it's his choice. And about myself, yes, I make jokes, but I don't know if you guys notice, I try to keep my mouth shut, really. And I do this in the sake of entertainment during live streaming, and I actually try to be careful with what I say. And I notice my viewers, okay, my viewers are encouraging me to say dirty jokes. It's not like blaming those people, okay, I'm not blaming those of you. And of course I can always choose say it or not to say it. Yes, it's my responsibility, but I want you guys to understand that this is just an opinion. This is not 90% of the opinion. And thank you very much for sharing this and sending it to me and us. I'll think about it, definitely. I'll think about it. But this is a difficult part about being a streamer and a person who's active on YouTube. We simply can't listen to every single of you. But I'll take it seriously. Okay? Was I reasonable enough?
I think you
Okay, I
were.
nailed it. Nailed it!
Just perfect.
So let's let's move on to happier story. Okay. What's this big sigh?
Let's just move on, okay?
Okay, what's up? What's new with you? I heard that you started watching shows or subscribed to Netflix recently.
Yeah. I was already curious about it a couple of times because I heard people talk about like, oh, there's so many good movies on it and so many good series, and I was like, kind of bored. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check it out. So I got it. I got Netflix, and yeah, they're definitely right because there are series on there that I used to watch a couple of years ago, but I stopped watching them, and now I'm like going back into it. So now I also have more opportunity to look at new series or new movies. So it's quite interesting. There's a lot on there. There's very much a lot of stuff on there. Looks very interesting. So I'm having a good time with that.
Did you already try?
Yeah. I'm already using it right now.
What are you watching now?
For the moment, I'm watching, continuing with The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Because I stopped watching somewhere in middle of season 7. And now I'm in the beginning of season 8 right now. So
7?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm quite glad.
Yeah, good thing about Netflix is they like release one show, one season at once. So you can just watch like 12 episodes in one day, literally.
Yeah.
You don't have to go anywhere.
Do like a marathon or something.
So I recommended him to watch some dramas and animations, but I think it depending on where you are, the availability of those shows are different, I think.
Yeah, well, I did check them, and I think all of them were on it. I think there was one show that they didn't have.
You should be able to...
Oh yeah, I think I found it. Wait. Archer.
Archer? Archer should be there.
Yeah. No, it isn't.
Really?
Yeah, all the other ones are in there, but Archer is not in there.
It's not a Japanese show, though. It's an American show. I think it's an American show about like a 007 theme. Very...
maybe that's why.
Very violent. With
Okay,
very
I'll definitely
grown-up
watch it.
jokes.
Grown-up jokes?
Yeah.
It's like for kids or something. You have to watch out, it's full with grown-up jokes.
Oh my god, animation these days. But seriously, there are lots of shows oriented for really grown-ups. Not really for kids because of like scenes like include some kind of violence, sex, and it could be drug.
Yeah.
Like it's really showing like how you actually do those things. So
Like 18 plus shows.
kind of.
No.
So I don't know which one's gonna be easy for you to start, but I recommend all those shows. I personally liked Ajin the most. That one was one of the most interesting show I watched. I recommend it.
Yeah, like the Ajin demi-demon or demi-god, something like that.
God, it could be. I don't know the subtitle.
Yeah, that was the title that was under Ajin, so I don't know.
I think it's a story about boy. One day he had an accident, and this boy failed to die because Ajin's like an alien that is part of our community, like society, but we don't know we are actually Ajin. So it's like we don't know we are those aliens, and those Ajins are discriminated in the society. It's like animal. And he didn't know until he had this accident, and now people look at him and treat him really differently, and he was treating those Ajin like really like creatures, monsters, but one day he noticed that he is. And then a lot of things happen.
Interesting.
This is very, very good show. I
definitely
personally didn't like the character design. It's not my favorite, but the story itself was very good. Very good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I'll definitely check them out.
What else is new with you? I think you wanted to talk about something.
Yeah, I actually went back to my artwork as well. It's something that I will also discuss on my radio show, Inside the Mind of Searching. Well, it's something that I started a couple of years ago. The reason why I did that was just to get through some mental issues, I guess. And it always helped me to relieve that kind of stress, I would say. And I stopped for a very long time, and now I'm back to it. I think a little 2 weeks ago, because I still had all the materials that you can use.
Can you explain what kind of art specifically? What is art for you? What is this art?
Well, the art pieces that I make are all made out of clay. Because that's what I used to work with when I was going to that evening school for the art pieces. And it's very simple clay. You can buy it in the store, which is right here in Ghent. There's a big store of this where you can buy all these kind of hobby materials for painting or drawing or like stuff you want to make with clay. There's a really big shop for all this kind of stuff, so I always go there. And I still had a lot of materials left, so I could easily just start with it. And the reason why, well, how it actually looked, it's very basic, and people will see that also in my my next video. It's just a way to express myself on how I see myself in certain moments, and I want to put that in these art pieces. And these are all very personal feelings towards myself that I want to expose myself towards other people, how I feel or how I see myself as a person. It's more expressing myself, I guess. So I'm actually glad that I went back to it, because it helps me a lot to get rid of my frustrations, or you can almost say anxiety. So it's more like some kind of therapy for me to understand myself and let that part go in some way. So I think that's my art, I guess. It's more like therapy for me.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, I think if you have a chance, you should definitely share the one that you have already made in the past. Well, of course, I didn't know anything about it until he told me about this art that he actually did in the past. And then I already heard his story about how he actually decided to put himself into the art piece. Then, as you guys know, because we already talked about it, he has to go through himself sometime because of this emotional, almost like a physical struggles. And then I actually, I suggested him to try it out to, how can I say, release his emotions and go through what's really going on and express his own world in a physical form, so that we, like other people, understand what's going on. It's because I suggested it because I watched a video about a lady who was going through the same, how can I say, anxiety, the negative feelings, and I found simply it was beautiful, and I thought it was really an artistic way to share your struggles. Once people know what it is, it also helps others to understand. Like, they don't have to be written on a piece of paper, you know? It could be photograph, it could be a clay art, anything.
Yeah.
and I can understand that. And I also find that kind of thing is very beautiful. I've seen a lot of artists going through the same state of mind. They really have to go through themselves, easy, hard, heaven or hell. They isolate themselves and then express, almost like release their emotion towards something, and it turned into art. I have a lot of respect towards those artists, and I'm very fascinated too, so I wanted to suggest him to try it out. And I'm glad that he's going back to it. So I'm glad it's helping you, Searching.
Yeah, like you mentioned it, like it's not easy because, like you say, like I have to be in that state of mind, and I have to put myself in that position as well, and be really stuck in that moment to really, and it's not really pleasant because I feel that pain also at the same time, and to project that in that art piece at the same time, it's very hard to get through that. But I did notice that when I'm starting actually to move the clay or cut into the clay, I'm really in that moment, really focused, very motivated, because I'm in my own world. It's like nobody that can reach me.
True.
And then I just let everything out, and I could last for a half a day, maybe a day. I don't know. It depends on how I feel, how I go through that process, but eventually it's very relieving, and I still have a lot more stuff I want to share because I have a lot more ideas on how I see myself, and you could like almost say like you can combine it in one word, but for me it's much more than that. Because it's more about being self-aware about yourself also. I think in that moment, that's how I feel, by not being afraid to show yourself, being very fragile and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a good way to release a lot of things, and at the same time also learning about myself. So yeah, it's been very interesting.
Yeah. So I strongly recommend you to share this somewhere. It doesn't matter where you share, but if you share it on Twitter, people will see it. So if there's any update, please let us know.
Yeah, we'll definitely do it.
Okay. Sounds good. So it's been almost 30 minutes, but we want to talk about something I almost forgot to mention. It's about the game that's gonna be released at the end of this month. And it's likely to be co-op. I forgot the title. What's the title? Do you remember?
Yeah, Man of Medan.
Man of Medan?
Yeah. I think that's the way you pronounce it.
Medan. Okay. So this game is created by the same developer of Until Dawn. Am I correct? Is it nothing to do with it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it's the same type of horror, I think. It's the same type of vibe. Same type of creepiness. Could be like a little bit old-fashioned horror theme to it. I'm not really sure. But all I know is same developer and the co-op. So what we're planning is actually play it together and upload it as a video later. Because it's a new game, I personally want to try it out right away. And you guys like horror games, right? Like everyone likes horror games. So if you guys are curious about this co-op, it's really likely that we both are going to upload the gameplay. And it's important because there is his perspective and my perspective. Depending on the player you choose to play, or depending on action, or whatever you do, if it's a co-op, each person seems to have perspective. And I think could be interesting for you guys to check it out like this. And it's just an experiment and it's just a plan, but it's likely to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, it could be interesting. If we can make this work, then yeah, we'll see people are interested in it. But I think it's a good idea. And yeah, we just have to work it out a little bit. And yeah.
Yeah. So it's likely to happen. Okay. Well, lastly, it's kind of like an extra thing, but I just wanted to talk about it because it's likely that I'm gonna try a new game. He's gonna try a new game, but I know I've been slow about my uploads, and I know I'm working on my game like forever. It's almost like there's no end. And I'm thinking to really shift what I do on my channel after I finish with the playthrough I'm working on right now. So right now, my big uploads are Night in the Woods, Sekiro, and Darkwood. After those series are done, I might make a big change on my channel. I'm gonna really likely to restrict the number of games I play, and I might reduce the number of uploads I do. Now I do like one or two, once in a day or once in 2 days. But it's just my plan. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I would just wanted to let you guys know how I feel about my channel at this point. Yeah. So
yeah, I think it could be interesting. Yeah, well, I can understand that at a certain point, if you have like three games to upload, it takes a lot of time. Also,
it's a lot of time.
Keep everything.
And I also
keep everything in check. And
yeah, it's actually difficult because people are interested in live streaming, but at the same time, whenever I hear about, you know, I watched this video, I watched that video, it's always about upload, not about live streaming. So uploads are actually more important for me. At the same time, it's actually getting harder and harder to play a big game one by one and showing everything. It's really hard to keep up with a lot of games these days, and I don't know if people are actually interested in games that thoroughly anyways. So I have to look into that kind of thing as well. Anyway,
you're almost turning into me, Ms.Bean.
Turning into like you?
Yeah, you're playing too many different games.
Oh my god, I'll be in trouble then.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Am I influencing you?
Bad influence. Bad influence.
Very bad.
Okay, guys. Thank you for wasting your time for 30 minutes today. We're gonna come back in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So have a good rest of your week.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.